So welcome to the next video in the series of 42009, the ultimate classic mobile Lego crane modification by Jurgen Krooshoop. So in the previous video, we've reviewed all the end motors and the mechanisms here when they were not obscured. Now we slightly added other things. So we added the cabin. So the cabin now obscures this motor that we see over here. This is the driving motor that drives the whole crane through this driving motor, and this is the differential. Those are the driving wheels, and other wheels are just rotating. We have the mechanism for the outriggers, which was reviewed. Some of the motors can be seen here, others are obscured. And now we can actually see this thing drive. So we added the wheels, and I also added another feature which is not present in the instructions by Jurgen, but it makes it looks very beautiful and nice, like real giant bolts on real tires of heavy trucks. So now if we turn this on, we can see the lights going on, and we can start driving it with this ingenious remote control. So now we can actually drive backwards and forwards. And if we rotate it, you see that the wheels are rotating simultaneously, and then it drives like that. So you can see the reduced radius of rotation. However, if you turn the wheels to the maximal possible rotation, so sometimes you can see it's getting stuck because of the differential over here, which is not limited slip differential. So sometimes you would see that one wheel has more traction with the surface than the other, and then one of them will be spinning in place. So I wouldn't recommend turning it to maximal rotation angle. And sometimes it can be tricky to align all the wheels together to make it drive on a perfect straight line. You will see that it will occasionally deviate. You really need to make those gentle adjustments. Yeah, and this is, you probably seen the issue now with the differential, that sometimes it's just one of the wheels is getting slippery. And on top of that, what we can see here is this panel which obscures the battery pack. Now it's a very smart mechanism, because now you can just pull this out and you can easily replace the batteries in the battery pack. So it's really easy to maintain. It's a very smart design. It also helps keeping those wires obscured and at place. And you can also very easily just close this thing like that. So let's see the outriggers of this thing and how it lifts itself. So now we can extend the outriggers with this ingenious remote, and we can make the crane lift itself on the outriggers like that. So now if it has fully lifted itself on the outriggers, when we try to drive it, it tries to drive, but in principle it is supposed, the wheels are supposed to spin in place when it's has fully lifted itself, but currently maybe it doesn't have enough power. So it does vibrate. So it has some traction. And now we can fold those. We can fold those like that. And return them back. Sometimes there is issue of them getting stuck. So sometimes you need to give it a little push. So let's make it drive over here. And let's just give them just a little push. Sometimes you just need to do it, yeah. And then it works. And then finally, what we'll want to review is this next part before it's getting obscured. This is the ingenious boom and the ingenious mechanisms that we have here. So we have here 4 motors, and they're going to be controlled again by this joystick, right? And as we have seen previously in the review. So when I press over here, so we see the motor that rotates the platform back and forth, and this motor is actually this motor that you see here. Like here you see it's rotating, it rotates this gear, and through 2 transmissions from 10 to 20 and then 10 to 20 again. You see it goes to this warm gear, and then eventually it goes from another worm gear that is on the same axis with this one, and it rotates this platform. And another mechanism that we have here is the rotation of the extendable boom. Currently it's not connected. It will be connected in the next stage, but this is going to be retracting the boom, right? And then the other side of the joystick we have here is that this one, it rotates, it just extends those pistons. Currently, since they're not fixed, then they just spin in place, so it's not extending, but it's going to be extendable in the future. And the motor that does this is, which one of the motors does this? It's this motor that is connected directly, so you cannot see it, but try to show it the best that I can. But this is this motor that rotates this. And then finally, we have is this motor over here, this motor that rotates the winding. Let's see, yeah. This motor rotates the winding, and then it is supposed to be sitting this way on top of here. Now, another ingenious feature in here is that the battery block also is serving as a counterweight for the boom. So all in all, I hope you like this review of the next phase. I hope that you enjoyed the mechanisms and seen the motors and how it is connected. And I hope to see you in the final stage when we connect the boom and then we test the entire frame. So thank you for watching.